Hello everyone, you are watching Naresh IAS Academy YouTube channel, and now I am going to discuss last part on General Studies question paper 1 for IAS mains exam. This is the last and the 20th video lecture, and I have already discussed the entire GS paper 2 through the 20 videos according to syllabus on the YouTube channel. So you may take help from there, and I have also discussed remaining part of GS paper 2, and you may obtain this from our website. You may contact for any kinds of queries for the offline classes or answer writing. And today's our topic is the industries of the primary sector. Primary sector. I will discuss the 4 aspects of primary sector. One is the agriculture, second is livestock, third is the fisheries, or fourth is mines and minerals, the coal sector. So then you can analyze the primary sector in the following categories. So the each subsector of categories can be easily discussed thoroughly, covering the different dimensions. Simply here I will explain some aspect, and detailing part you may get from our website. Agriculture sectors is a large sector due to providing the employment in India, the largest sector, and definitely it has contribution in India's GDP and the employment creation, and this is the traditional or conventional sectors. But here you have to prepare the subtopic, the irrigation. The irrigation may be a engine of development of agriculture sectors. And what is the present scenario of irrigation in India? It is divided into the irrigation facility under the organized sector or the unorganized sector. And even today, about 35 to 40% organized irrigation facilities are available, and we can say more than 60% agriculture sector even depend upon the monsoon, and monsoon is very uncertain in India, and most of time it adversely affected the Indian agriculture sector or other parts of the economy. So that's why we can say the Indian agriculture sector economy is a gambling of monsoon, and since the last 70 years we have only overcome for a small extent from the monsoon. So then in what way the irrigation facilities can be extended, how can we cover the entire agriculture sectors under the irrigation, and what kind of environmental ecology problems and the internal unrest from the Indian peoples the sector is facing and how the government is working in this direction and why there is dispute between the Indian peoples and the governments. So many aspects you should cover this. Second aspect is the agriculture sector in India is not too beneficial and is not a safe or the good occupation just like other sectors. And even today there are so many incidents of the suicide committed by the farmers. And the another aspect is the productivity of agriculture sector in India is less than when we compare this with the China, America and the other countries. So then how can we make the sector more profitable, more safe and good for the Indian peasants? Still it is a backbone for the Indian economy. You know, government of India over the time have taken too much important decision, and one of them was the Green Revolution. The Green Revolution was started during the 1970s, in the decades of 70s, and this was a effort including the institutional reforms along with the technical reforms, and both these factors resulted into the Green Revolution. The Green Revolution topic is too much large and broad. Simply I am going to discuss only the results and consequences of the Green Revolution. The Green Revolution created so many positive or negative aspects, and one of the important negative aspect was it has created the regional imbalances, because the revolution made profitable the Punjab, Haryana and the western Uttar Pradesh than the eastern India, South India or the central India. And sometimes it is called why the government gave priorities the Punjab, Haryana and western UP over the eastern India or the South India. And that time what were the causes behind this? And that this was compared with the eastern India, because why we are not comparing this with the South India? Because eastern India, this is a part of Gangetic plains or the Brahmaputra river basin. So definitely it is a fertile region. Water availability is no matter here, and there is no matter of the labor problem. Climatic conditions are very favorable to so many crops, but in this region the agriculture holding or size of farm was small than the western UP, Punjab and Haryana, and in these areas the numbers of small farmers was too much than the big farmers. The big farmers or landlords mainly that time in the Punjab, Haryana or the western UP, and the big farmers, big farms were needed for the Green Revolution, because the high quality of seed or chemical fertilizers, irrigation facility required the investment of the more money. This was not easy to the peasants of eastern India. That's why government made focus over the regions, and later on government of India expanded the Green Revolution under the phases, the phase 1, then phase 2, phase 3, phase 4, and then government tried to cover the remaining part of the country. However, it was not resulted too much beneficial for the other part of the country rather than the western UP, Punjab and Haryana. Second negative impact is discussed like the Green Revolution only profitable for the some crops, not it did not cover all kinds of the crops. That's why now we are facing the low yield of the some crops. Still it is a consequence of the Green Revolution. And the third is it was profitable only the some section of Indian population. Some peoples only got the maximum benefits, and majority of the Indian society was not profitable by this. And then government realized how can be distribute or allocate the benefits of the green revolution to all the Indian peoples. The government tried to enhance the concept, introducing the green revolution 2.0 and later on in the form of the evergreen revolution. So still we are facing so many challenges after taken the important decision by the government. Then definitely it becomes an important question, while the governments are seriously taking steps in the direction of why the Indian agriculture sector is not becoming more competitive at the global level, and in the country this is not a so attractive field for the peasants, and the new generation is not interested to invest their life, their money in the farm sectors. So these are the additional subjects or matters regarding the agriculture. Second is the livestock. You know, India is a important country for the numbers of cattle or the livestock and the different commodities from the animals. India definitely have significant place at the international level, but recently it have realized last the 40 years the growing population have increased the demand for the milk and the animal products, and when India have become the part of globalized economy, so definitely it is a great opportunity for us. We must export some product from the sectors. So the government started different kinds of revolution like the pink revolution. The pink revolution mainly includes the production or export of the meat and including the production of fishery. Then meat production and the fish production were included in the pink revolution. Most of Indian population have converted into the non-vegetarian and they are demanding too much. Definitely domestically we are creating a demand, so it became challenge how to fulfill the growing demand of the indigenous people. And on the other hand, the great opportunity was waiting for us. How can we increase our export side? So through the pink revolution, governments have started so many schemes or initiatives providing the animals financial assistance, technical assistance, transportation facilities, so many for schemes. You must read out these. Next is the fishery sector. You know, fishery sector in India, fish production includes the production in aquarium, inland fresh water or the marine water, saline water, and India have significant place in the fishery sector too. Mainly we can discuss this regarding the coastal region of the country. So this is the coastal region, the western coast including Gujarat, Maharashtra, Goa and Karnataka and Kerala, and the eastern coast including the Tamil Nadu, Andhra Pradesh and the Odisha and West Bengal. So the coastal life of the Indian people mainly depends upon the fishery sectors, and at the global level, and it is a important articles and important product for the consumption by the peoples. So India have focused on the fishery sectors, and government of India have started the blue revolution. The blue revolution for the production and maintaining the quality and increasing the export of the fish is still taken too much steps by the government. the problems are stood before the sector. We have to identify the internal problems or the external problem. Internal problems, we are not able to increase the production. We have no complete network of those areas where the fish can be produced. Only a few areas we have centralized conventionally, and transport and communication facilities are not appropriate up to these areas, and the producers or investor involving this sector are facing the different kinds of problems, and also at the global level competition have become a important factors. So many countries of Africa continent, South America, North America and Europe are creating a great challenge to the Indian fisheries market. And last is the coal from the minerals and the mining sector, and it is included in the primary sectors, but when we use the raw materials of mines and minerals through the industries or factories, it is included in the secondary sector. One aspect is the production and use of coal is a conventional approach. Mainly in India, coal is used for the power generation through the thermal plants, and it is also used as a cooking coal and the different kinds of the use, and sometimes it was used still for some extent in the railway. And the negative consequences of the production and consumption of coal, mainly the consequences have been recorded regarding the ecology and environment, either increasing the global warming, climate changes, and increasing the concentration of greenhouse gases and the human health problems. So having the complete knowledge about the coal sector, why the government is giving priorities, then there are some causes behind this. When we compare the coal sector with solar or the wind energy, definitely we can say the solar or wind energy sector required much of the geographical area rather than the coal sector, and the maximum geographical area is a matter of land acquisition, and it is a great dispute in India. So government realize it's easy to work in the coal sectors. However, we have the much potential in solar or the wind energy, but these sector have its own problems. When we compare this with the petroleum, oil and the nuclear sector, definitely it is the cheap material for the energy source. India is also a largest producer of the coal. However, the quality of coal is not too good in India, and we import the coal from the different part of the countries, and India has no dependency over the some specific countries. We can import the coal from the different countries, and this is not dependency just like Iran, Iraq, Kuwait, Saudi Arab, Sankt Emirat for the petrol and the oils and gas. So we have a great scope, and the conventional technology is available only the coal production throughout the world. The energy or the power generation was started with the coals. So India is depending, the entire country is getting maximum electricity through the coal plants. So that's why the lack of advanced technology and the other facilities and the cost effective on these grounds, Indian government is emphasizing over the coal sector. Still governments definitely knows every aspect regarding the various adverse impact over the human health, ecology, environment, but there are some limits before the Indian government. Then we have to maintain the economic growth, we have to run the country, and immediately we cannot replace the coal by the renewable energy like the solar or the wind energy or the other sector. Still we are working in those areas, but it will take too much time, and we cannot calculate how much years will the India take to replace the coal sector. So the primary sector you must cover in this way. Definitely you can complete the different aspect of these subsectors. Okay, thank you.